It's a very tough market, but I think one of the things that we appreciated about you is that you were always flexible and willing to look at properties last minute. We saw a ton of properties, not always by choice because it's such a tough market, but you were, very available to be able to show those to us at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And traveled really long distances all across Connecticut to see a bunch of different houses. I think towards the end, we ended up where we were supposed to be. So it was nice to go through that process because, if things didn't work out, it was for a reason. And now we're at a place where I think we're very happy with the home that we have. And it kind of seeing all of those properties, as frustrating as it was at the time, definitely helped us narrow down what we wanted and where we're supposed to be. So that was
I mean, absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. I think that I'm totally with you guys. Like, it's so important that if you want to see something, especially with the pace of the market right now, you really need to put an effort to be the first to see it and decide whether it's for you or not. And was my pleasure to drive the distance and show you everything. I think we exhausted the market, so at least we can feel good that we saw everything that was available. Are there any qualities that sort of come to mind that you found either impressive or particularly effective in finding this home and coming to this property?
I'd say patience.
Yeah.
It was hard for me sometimes to just keep going, but at the end of the day, everything worked out well. So I couldn't be more happy where we ended up. But it's all for the better. I think it was,
Yeah, I would say patience, flexibility, approachable. Those are all qualities I think that you want in an agent, so that you feel comfortable, discussing your concerns and what your needs are. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think perseverance is key, and buyer fatigue is a real thing that I experienced a lot, and you made it. So huge congratulations to you guys. As far as my communication throughout the process, were there any instances where you felt particularly like, okay, he's on the same page, we're on the same page, or like there's a total disconnect?
I don't think so. I think usually we're on the same page of where we wanted, price point, neighborhoods, school districts. All of those things were exceedingly important to us, and you got that from day one. We didn't really kind of go outside of those bounds, so we might have seen a couple of properties that are fixer-uppers, the type of things that I like, but at the end of the day, we have something that's kind of best for everything.
Yeah, I would say the text messages, communicating through text was helpful because we both are pretty busy and can't always pick up the phone. So text is most accessible for us. So it was helpful to communicate through that way, and communication was good, efficient.
Yeah, 100%. I think communication is key in any relationship. And you're not alone. I work with a lot of folks that are super busy, just like you guys. Phone calls are not always the best option, even for me, because I'm also have engagements. And I think that I felt that, and I'm glad that the text messaging was informative, and you guys felt like everyone was on the same page all along. If you could kind of hop into a time machine and go back to either the very beginning of the process, or if you could speak to someone who's potentially a first-time home buyer and they're overwhelmed and they've never done anything like this, and they're like, what the heck is even going on? Is there anything that you wish you would have known, or that you were glad to have hit the ground running in some sort of way, or not really?
The biggest thing I would say to anyone who's buying a home is don't get frustrated and don't try and time the market. If you're willing to and think you're going to put down roots for a long time, just go for the best house for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say definitely think about your needs. Obviously some people luck out to buy at a great time to buy. Others, it's tougher, but you know, a home is more than just a financial investment. It's where you're going to spend your life. So I think going in with that mindset and thinking about what you actually want out of the experience as opposed to the monetary aspect of getting kind of stuck with that
Right.
is helpful.
Yeah. Again, like so well said. I'd say maybe 3 to 5% of my clients that I work with daily are in it strictly for the monetary aspect. You know, they're like buying a multifamily or something. They're
right.
renting it out. Obviously, that's super important to that segment of the market. But to your point, most of my clients, and I think probably I'm speaking for a lot of folks, they buy because of a life event. So, you know, they're upgrading, they're downsizing, or they need more space. It's very hard. It's frankly impossible, I'm going to say, to time the market.
Yeah.
And so I think that your message resonates with a lot of folks, and that look inward, introspectively, think about what's best for you, and gather all the information you can, and make the best decision for yourself based on your unique situation, and then like feel good about it at the end. And I'm glad that I seem to be getting that feeling from you.
Yeah.
So that really, that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.